Corrupt officers often face their sins in the courtroom, just like this officer whose actions put his own partner to tears.
Here I'm thinking we're supposed to be the good guys.
Just to give you a little background of the case, Ronald Anthony Burgos Avalesa, a former Border Patrol agent, lured his mistress and his very own one-year baby he had with her to a secluded park. He then inflicted 27 on the woman, and after he was done, he delivered a similar end to his one. This testimony is from Burgos' partner when he learned what his partner did.
Can you please state your full name for the record?
Yes, it's Francisco Noel Lara.
Okay, and how are you employed?
I'm employed as a Border Patrol agent.
And how long have you been employed as an agent?
In October, it'll be 12 years.
What are your duties and responsibilities?
My responsibilities are to deter terrorists and terrorist weapons from coming into the United States.
Did you at any time that day visit Father Magdebo Park?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And how did you arrive at Father Magdebo Park?
I want to say by pure coincidence. My duties, like I said, were to be at the old the South Station. I was supposed to be there as long as it took for the new recruits to get sworn in, speak to the chiefs, fill out some paperwork, and then a lot of times we're there all day. But thankfully that day around between 10 and 10:30, my team leader told me to pretty much start training my new field training, my trainee, Johnny L. Smith. He told me that he would take care of the new hires and for me to go to the field and commence his training.
Okay. Are you familiar with someone by the name of Ronald Anthony Burgos Aviles?
Yes.
How are you familiar with him?
He was my supervisor in that particular day. At the time, I did not know what was going on. When he called me Lara, I get to his position. It doesn't take me more than a minute and a half. I get there. I see his truck with his overhead lights turned on. I start making my way to Mr. Burgos when I see him looking down the ATV trail, looking south. His body is standing outside of the truck with radio in hand, just looking down the ATV trail. So when I'm making my way to Mr. Burgos' truck, I see him looking south, so I look south and I see the silhouette of the victim.
Francisco Lara had known his supervisor for many years, but on that fateful day when he arrived on scene, he did not believe what he was seeing.
As soon as I see the victim, I approach and I start yelling, like, señora, despierta, estás despierta. Ma'am, wake up. Because at this time, all I see is blood. I told my trainee, I call him Schmitty. I like, Schmitty, is that what I think I'm looking at? And I see the silhouette and I immediately start running towards her. And that's when I tell him, like, I start yelling at her, estás despierta, are you awake? So at that time, initially, right away, I said, sir, do you have any gloves? Which he said, no, I do not.
Who did you say that to?
Initially, I asked Mr. Burgos, do you have any gloves? He's like, no, I do not. So I say, I don't have any gloves. And I asked my trainee, Schmitty, do you have any gloves? And thankfully, being the great agent that he was, he did have a pair of gloves. So he goes ahead and tells me, like, sir, I have gloves. So I take them both. I grab one and I give one to Mr. Burgos. I put the glove as best as I can, immediately check for a pulse. I don't feel a pulse. Before anything, I'm radioing everything in to, I told base 2, I think she's dead. They tell me, take a step back, trigger the crime scene. So before anything, I told my trainee, go to the gate and open it for the paramedics. He takes off. So before I take a step back, I'm surprised to see so much blood. So I grab my head and I'm like, where is all this blood coming from? Take a step back. At the time he picks her up, I could see the shadow of her face. It's full of dirt. I could see her hair over her face, but I do not get a clear picture of her. But I am so freaking out and in shock because I don't know what I'm looking at. So he puts her back down, goes back over her. He's like, you know what? This stuff makes me nervous. I'm gonna go back down this way, and he points south again towards the Bettis property. And he walks away, and I see him with his phone in his hand. He's doing something. At the time, I'm thinking he's going to call base 2, but from what I understand, he never did. At the time, I had no idea that he knew her. No indication of anything whatsoever. All I knew is that, hey, we're the good guys. Supervisor Burgos at the time, I'm doing everything. I'm checking for life. In my mind, I'm thinking he's got my back as a law enforcement agent. He's watching my back. So I didn't think anything of it. So when I grabbed the glove, I just go over and I put it there just for safekeeping.
In the back of his kilo?
In the back of the bed of his kilo, yes, sir.
The victim was a woman Officer Burgos had an affair with. He had impregnated her, and due to her financially unstable life, she was receiving child support from him. At that time, Francisco didn't know his supervisor was the main suspect in the case. But when he did, the memory alone overwhelmed him.
My team leader tells me, hey, we already activated the Border Patrol unions, the lawyers for you. Before you make any statements, we already got lawyers. And I'm like, we already made our official statement. He was surprised. He's like, oh, you did? I'm like, yes. He's like, before he hangs up, he's like, just so you know, there's a rumor saying that the dead woman is Burgos' side chick. I'm like, all right, 10-4, let me call you back. I told Agent Herndon, hey bro, there's a rumor saying that the dead woman is Burgos', I use the word Sancha. At that moment, we're talking, another detective comes out, a big man. I know him as a boxer. He comes out, and I tell him, I still have my phone in my hand, I tell him, sir,
Question answer basis, Mr.
I'm good, sir. Thank you, Your Honor. I was heartbroken.
1 second, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Another officer in charge of securing the crime scene gave many brutal details as well.
You also testified that he said that there was a body.
That is correct.
Okay. What happens at that point? Or what do you do at that point?
At that point, he was ahead of me, southbound. When I heard him say, I found another body, I walked towards his direction, to his location. He was no longer on the dirt path. He was in the brush. And when I arrived there at the brush with Agent Dennison, I observed a motionless little boy as well.
Describe, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what you saw, or when you saw the little boy. If you can describe what you saw.
Of course. Little brown booties, little brown boy booties, blue jeans that were covered in blood, freshly haircut. And what caught more my attention was the way the body was positioned, he was placed. He wasn't thrown, he was placed. It's as if someone had placed him down.
Did you see any injuries to the baby?
Yes, lots of blood around the neck area, and that came down. I said again, blood on the blue jeans as well.
Okay.
Next, the lawyer displayed a heartbreaking piece of evidence.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 26. And if you can identify and you recognize this.
Yes, now I remember the t-shirt. Yes, sir.
Did you see any other injuries on the baby? How close were you to the baby?
Standing right over the body.
How many injuries did you observe on the baby at that time?
I only observed one,
And that was to,
the neck area.
okay. Did you notice any cuts, incisions, or tears on the shirt?
No, no damage, just the blood.
So the shirt is intact.
Yes, sir.
The baby you said was wearing jeans,
Yes, sir.
and I'm showing you State's Exhibit 25. You said you recognize these jeans,
Yes.
and you said that he had a large amount of blood on there. Don't lead your witness, please. And what was the conditions of the jeans?
Blood-soaked jeans.
And finally, you said that he was wearing, what was he wearing on his feet?
Brown booties, brown little boy booties.
State's Exhibit 24. You recognize this?
Yes, sir.
Permission to publish these to jury. I'm just going to show.
I don't need to.
While we were back in my patrol unit where I keep my voluntary statements, my paperwork, something important was broadcasted over our radio.
What communication came over the radio that morning?
It was broadcasted, possible suspect, Burgos. That was broadcasted over my P unit, portable unit.
What was your reaction at that time? But when you heard Burgos, what did that, did it mean anything to you at all?
No, no, sir.
Did Dennison?
Dennison was in close proximity where he could hear the broadcast on my radio.
Did he have any reaction?
He was appalled.
How do you know? What was his demeanor?
He was in shock. The
Objection, Your Honor. This witness cannot testify as to what somebody else, some others perceived.
I'm asking about his demeanor when you heard the broadcast. Dennison was in front of him. He can testify as to what the agent's physical demeanor was when the broadcast came out.
All right. We'll stick with the demeanor, but nothing with regard to what he said, sir. Witness has been instructed. You understand that, sir?
yes,
You understand?
yes,
Thank
I'm
you.
asking only you have your radio.
yes, sir,
The name Burgos comes out.
yes, sir.
It means nothing to you.
No, no, sir.
Do you see a physical change in Agent Dennison?
Yes, sir.
To you, what do you see this physical change?
He was in shock.
The victim, Griselda Hernandez's sister, also testified in court against Officer Burgos.
Whenever my sister was going to school, she had classes, she needed to be elsewhere, I would watch over my nephews, both of them. And the same with me, whenever I had to go to work, she would try to take care of my children when I wasn't available for him. So you could say that we, in a way, raised each other's children.
How old would your sister be today if she were still alive?
I feel I could calculate how old she would be, but to me, she's always 27.
Why do you say that?
I can't see her aging over 27. That's where time stopped. That's where time is frozen for her. And like I said, I could calculate if I were to give you an age she'd be, but she's 27 in my heart. And
What about Dominic? How old would he be today?
he would be 6. He would be turning 7, just like my son, July 26. She wanted to be a nurse.
Like you?
Yes.
Dominic was about 18 months old, right, when he died?
That's correct.
Do you remember what kind of toys he liked to play with? Was he a active little boy?
Yes, he had, well, at my mom's house, he had these favorite little tiny yellow balls that he used to like hiding them from my mom and having her find him whenever she was sweeping or cleaning. And she'd find him in all odd places, cabinets, under the sofas, anywhere. In my house, he enjoyed playing with the orange basketball that him and Tristan would always fight over. And any little games that they had that they could, tactile toys that they could press and they would make sounds. They loved playing with things like that.
So he liked playing with balls, footballs,
Yes.
baseballs.
Yes.
The monster officer destroyed and ruined so many lives with his brutal action. He only deserved one punishment, and it was given when the verdict was announced.
All right, this is the verdict in case number 2018 CRA 852D1. The state of Texas could care to stand. Mr. Burgos, Ronald Anthony Burgos Aviles. Verdict of the jury, count 1. We, the jury, unanimously find beyond reasonable doubt the defendant Ronald Anthony Burgos Aviles guilty of the offense of capital murder as alleged in count 1 of the indictment signed by the foreperson. Verdict of the jury, count 2. We, the jury, unanimously find beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant Ronald Anthony Burgos Aviles guilty of the offense of capital murder as alleged in count 2 of the indictment, signed by the foreperson.
After nearly 8 hours of deliberation, the jury sentenced Burgos to life in prison for killing former lover Griselda and their son Dominic. The death of innocents and the pain inflicted by these crazy people scars many for their entire lifetime, just like this next case where a kidnapper ruined a family.
Get the door! Get down as well!
Kidnappers are psychopaths, and they might be living right next door. That's exactly what happened in the first case. October 16, 2023, a concerned neighbor called Akron PD to report that she saw a very weak and bruised woman in her garage, which she was renting to a man, and the police responded swiftly.
What's going on? How do we get in? Can we get in the door?
You have to keep him inside the door. We don't care. I don't care. My parents are here. I can't help. I just don't know this camera. He used to live here, so he can tap into anything. But we have cameras up for other reasons.
Right, no, I got you. You know he's in there for a fact?
I know for a fact.
Yeah. You can kick your door. You can
I
kick it
swear
in.
to God. Go ahead. Please. I don't know what's wrong with this girl.
Oh, there's a girl in there with him?
Yes. I told them this only. There's a girl in there. She's very slim. My husband said he didn't really get a good look at her, but he's yelling at her. Right, the living fog in her face is she can't see out of her eyes.
Okay.
So this is why I'm nervous. This is why I've been calling his officer all morning, and I don't even know if that's even
You
the
know
right
100%.
thing to do.
You know 100%
I know
they're in.
100%.
Now the officers prepared to bust the door down and save the girl.
We gave multiple announcements. We'll announce again here. William, this is the Akron Police Department. This is your last chance. Come out now with your hands up, or we'll be sending the canine in to apprehend you. You will get bit by the dog. William, last chance. Akron Police, better come out! Come out now with your hands up! Coming?
No.
Come on out! William, come out now! Akron Police!
There's a lot of shit in the way.
Come out! Come out! Come out now! Nothing in your hands! Nothing in your hands! Now! Now! Get bit, buddy!
Okay.
Coming out or not? Can you see him? Get out here now! Come out now! Come out now!
Bro, you're gonna get fucked up in a second. You better come right the fuck out now.
Now! He's up in the attic. Come out. Keep going. No, I don't see him.
Keep everything out of your hands.
He's in the attic. He's in the attic. He's
Keep
coming out.
everything out of your hands.
Keep your hands up, man. Keep your hands up.
We'll go hands down. Put it down.
Drop it. Drop. No, not your whole body. Get up. Turn around and walk backwards.
Walk towards us. Walk towards us.
Keep your hands up. Put your hands up.
Hey, we'll cuff.
Hey!
Hey, face that way.
Just keep coming. Watch your step. Right there. You get that?
There's a female in there.
Okay, what do you need to get down? Let me get this ladder, okay?
Is there anybody else out there with you, ma'am? No?
So I take it you know you have a parole violation?
Hold on, buddy.
Huh? Yes, sir.
I love you, Chloe. See, if you just met, how do you love her? I mean, you just met, right? Yeah. But do you love someone you just met? Yeah.
What about my stuff, man?
We'll get it.
I won't sit here and defend the officers. They were complete a-holes for standing around and laughing while they were sent there to save a girl from kidnapper. Just take a look at these disgraceful officers.
You up, babe?
He's not in a good mood. I don't know. I don't want to deal with that. You want the section? Yeah? You want your freedom? Hey, Chloe. I thought you said you didn't know her name.
That's what I was
I just remember it.
You're silly, man.
You got something in your mouth?
It's weird that you've been on 20 million years. You haven't used it yet. We've been waiting to chop somebody. Going out.
Imagine that girl's horror. She's fighting for her life with her captor, and all she hears is cops laughing outside the garage. Shame on you, Akron police. Just look at the state the cops found the girl in.
Big man can walk himself.
There's no one else up there? No.
Where do you live at, dear? How far away is that?
Like 30 minutes, like close to.
Why don't you have a seat right there on that stool? I got it.
What is your name, man? How do you spell? J-O-N-E-S.
Hey, how long has she been up here?
How long has it been?
Wait, then what?
Alright, I'm coming.
Are you hurt anywhere else other than your face? You don't have to undress in front of me. That's the hospital can check you there, but.
After she was rescued, she was hospitalized and suffered horrific injuries, including facial fractures, a brain bleed, and a broken arm and fingers. Her face was so battered when she crawled out of the ceiling, she had 2 black eyes and bruised lips.
Why don't you just sit down there?
You guys have water.
We'll get you some stuff here.
Hi, number 12.
I'll go grab you a bottle of water.
Yes, hold on.
Hey, Chloe. Is there any weapons up there here?
Are you hurt anywhere else other than your face? You don't have to undress in front of me. That's the hospital can check you there, but.
I want these bags.
Are
these yours or his?
Those are mine.
They are?
They're not my bags or.
You have bags up there. How long have you been living up there?
4 days.
4 days.
I couldn't see where he was at.
This is just bags that were laying right there.
Were you trying to open the door when you heard something or anything like that?
32.
Yeah, Ricky would love that. I used to.
Yeah. Are you freezing right now? You cold? You want to go sit in the cruiser right now until the med unit gets here so you can be warm?
They're right here.
Oh, med unit's here. Well, so you can walk down. We'll walk down too.
All right. You're gonna have a seat.
Can you get wet? Yep, go ahead. Okay. We're gonna walk her down to the med unit. She's gonna have. She wants to go to the hospital. She's got a lot of injuries all over. I don't know why I still use my flashlight.
He's not up here.
All right. Yeah, he's already gone.
He's in custody.
Okay. Come on, we're gonna walk to the med unit. Okay.
Get you to the ambulance. We'll get you to the hospital. Okay.
Chloe was kept there for 4 days. Even in the state she was in, no officer even offered her a shoulder to walk to the cruiser. The suspect, William Monzingo, was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Chloe's mom gave all the horrifying details about what happened to her daughter.
I don't ever want him to have the opportunity to hurt another person. He needs to go to prison for as long as possible. 25 years is not enough. He will still be a strong man in 25 years and still capable of hurting another. No time will ever be enough, but Your Honor, I have faith that you will hear my story and the state's argument and make the right decision.
Before this, Monzingo was sent to jail on 3 separate times for abducting and assaulting multiple women. And for all those times, he was given laughable sentences. It was because of these lenient sentences that he did it again.
The fact of the matter is that this man should not have even been out. He should not have even been free, because this is not the first time that you have abducted a woman, held her captive, and tortured her. He waited 2 months after his second conviction and serving 18 months in prison. He waited 2 months before he offended again. 2 months before he kidnapped another woman and tortured her. You beat her from head to toe for days. You punched her in her face so many times over the course of 4 days that she has paralysis on her left side of her face. She couldn't even open her eyes. She had blood dripping out of her ears. He promised her that she was going to die at his hands. He should be getting attempted murder charges with as many times as he strangled her and dared her to pass out because he was going to cut her throat if she did. Your Honor, all I ask is that you do what all the other courts and all the other judges before you did not do. Protect every single woman that he could get his hands on eventually. And even 25 years at this point, in my opinion, would be a slap on the wrist, considering the fact that he has proven that he loves to do this. He has over 400 videotapes of my daughter being abused by him. He videotaped it because he's that sick. I don't know if he was going to sell her or sell the videos for some smut stuff online. I don't know, but I do know that anyone who takes 400 plus videos of my child getting assaulted violently and threatened, her life threatened hundreds of times, strangled a dozen times at least. Anyone who has that in them to want to videotape that, there's something deeply, deeply wrong with that person.
This next case also had a horrible kidnapper who was taken down before he could do something horrible. On July 18, 2023, Seattle police responded to a report of a barricaded suspect where 2 women were being held against their will. He also had a knife.
I got it. You got it? Yeah. All doors are locked? All of them are locked.
Oh, he just pushed her.
Hands up. Give me there. Get the door. Get the door. Get the door. Get down on the ground right now. Hands up. Hands up. On the ground. Shoot. On the ground. On the ground. Face down on the ground. Victims are out. Get time. All right. Hold down. Slow it down. Hold on. Hold on. We're not going to shoot you. We're not going to shoot you. Calm down. Get that rifle up. Get that rifle up. Shoot me right now. We're not going to. Shoot me. Shoot me. I got this hand. I got his head on man. If you keep doing that. Shoot me. I'm okay here. Shoot me. We're going to slow it down, guys. Shoot me. Let's get him right now. Shoot me right now. No one's going to. Shoot me. Right now. No one's going to shoot you. Shoot me right now. No. Shoot me right now. You're doing fine, buddy. Yep. Just calm down. Shoot me right now. Just calm down. I got to shoot me.
Hey, you did a great job. I know that's not easy. You did great. Okay? We're here for you, all right now. So I'm going to give you a few minutes, though, and if you would like to talk to us, we're here, all right?
Maybe Akron police officers could learn something from the Seattle PD. They took him down swiftly and treated the victims with care and comfort. The 49-year-old suspect was booked into King County Jail for unlawful imprisonment. The next case is also from Ohio, where cops had to rescue a 2-year-old from on March 1st, 2024, an Amber Alert was issued after a black pickup was stolen at a local store with a baby in the back seat.
Here's the deal. That guy just kidding. Okay, the daughter's in the car, so this is kind of a big deal. That's why everybody's here.
Oh my God!
So,
I put it on my kid's life.
Nobody
went
walked.
that way.
Where'd he go though?
I had to have been that way. I wasn't paying attention. I was talking to my grandma.
Let's get the A. Let's get perimeter on the tap.
Akron police, come out! Hey, Akron police, come outside. Come out.
Get someone cuffed. Hey.
I can't see over there. I can't see.
Anyone inside, come out now with your hands up!
Hands up now. I already got mail coming out to your right.
Hey. You see, how many people are in here still? Any white males in there?
No. No white males in here.
Does anybody know what's going on there?
No.
Anyone else inside?
Nope.
Nobody else?
No one else. Opens right.
Take left then.
While investigating a local business, police were told that the pickup truck had been found and the baby was still in there.
What's your name, buddy? You okay? Here, what's your name? You don't know your name? Alright. Here, let me get you out of this car seat. You okay? It's okay, let me get you out of the car seat.
Huge savings with MyPerks. Find your My Personality. And
you want to sip your water? It's okay. You're alright. You like, check this out. You like flashlights? No. It's okay. Here, you want to hold this?
No.
No? Alright. It's alright. It's okay. Look, I found a little car for you sitting down there. It's okay.
The suspect ran from the truck. Thankfully, the baby was unharmed. The officer later reunited him with his family.
Here you go. You want a pouch? I found a pouch. Do you like these?
No.
Are you hungry?
No.
Okay, we're gonna get you to your daddy, alright, buddy?
Okay.
Go see Dad. We're gonna drive you home now. Mom and Daddy's waiting. See this car? This one's gonna drive you home. Here you go see Mom and Dad. Yeah?
Like my daddy seat.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go see Mama, okay?
I see a white car daddy seat.
We're gonna go see Mama's, okay?
Here, buddy. We were out there down in Canada. We're hoping to come back down this way.
It breaks my heart seeing kids going through so much pain just because of some vile people. Meanwhile, police had found and arrested the suspect, 54-year-old Larry Spence.
After they found the car, he walked away.
All right, have a seat, boss.
Larry Spence was charged with abduction and grand theft of a motor vehicle.
Larry had opportunities to do the right thing. He could have stopped anywhere. He could have turned himself in to ensure my baby was safe. I have no doubt that when he's released, which is probably sooner than I would like, he'd be right back to his old tricks.
I'm sorry for what happened. I want to tell mother. I can understand. I just hope he find it in your heart to forgive me, because I honestly was trying to get that child back home.
Spence was sentenced to a total of 36 months in prison. He was also given credit for the time he had already served. 36 months was not enough at all. Just like this kidnapper, this racist woman was deranged as well.
Ma'am, stop yelling! Stop yelling! Stop yelling so I can address the situation. Please. Please stop yelling so I can address what's going on. I'm here. Please stop yelling. Please.
Sir, it's my property.
Okay, I understand that. Well, please stop yelling. Please stop yelling. Okay, can you see me? Can you please stop yelling?
I'm going to report you for police misconduct.
Stop yelling.
Man, I'm telling you something, man. She's not going to jail. She's going to pay, and she's going to jail for terroristic threats.
You are not Americans. You're...
Close the window, ma'am.
No, she's drunk.
We gonna make a long story short. She damaged our property. Her husband said he'll pay for it. Long as he pay for it, we ain't got no problem. Okay. Now the other night she came out the house with a gun on my children. We reported that. Now tonight she scratched up the cars. Now he said he'll pay for it. There he is. And if he pay for it,
that's your wife, sir?
Yes.
We ain't got no problems.
She gave the cops' ears a warm welcome with all her shrieking. Not only did she damage the car, she left a horrible note on the window too.
She just what she put on my car just now.
Terroristic threats.
Yeah, I told you the other night. She told us.
Right here.
Yeah, I see the scratching on that one.
And right up here. She keyed my car.
When did this happen?
Last night.
Last night. We opened the garage and seen him. Now that boy husband, he said he'll pay for the damage.
It's our second time, the last time.
As long as he write a check and pay for it, we good to go.
And this right here is terroristic threats right here. That's a felony.
I see that.
You know what I'm saying? If she's not arrested for terroristic threats, then what? When she kills somebody, then y'all gonna sit there and say, "Oh, we didn't know."
This the
that's a damn lie. You know.
I will burn you.
Just give me. I see it. Give me a second. Let me talk with him for a second and let my other officer get here on scene.
Okay.
The husband of the woman was visibly embarrassed at her behavior. The officers tried to get a better understanding about the woman through him.
What's going on with your wife?
No, it's a mental health issue. It's as simple as that. She's been in the hospital for about a year. She's been out for the last 2.5 years. A couple nights ago was the first issue that she's really had with anyone. You know, it was heartbreaking. And so was this. I don't really know what to say. A few years ago, she had a diagnosis, but when she was released from the hospital, she didn't have a diagnosis. She's on probation right now. Yeah, it's just real heartbreaking.
Can you tell me about this stuff here?
I'm worrying about it right now. I'm ready to go to bed, and next thing I know, I hear the door opening, and I'm like, what's going on? She's out here. So I guess she put that sign on the car, and then she started screaming about no parking in the house.
You saw her, you were aware when she was outside, or did you know when she came outside and started doing any of this?
Well, I heard the door open, and I came to the front, and I saw her out here. And I said, "What are you doing? What are you doing out here? Get back inside." And then she started screaming. And then I got her back inside eventually.
She pulled was it a knife?
No, a gun. Last night in front of the police, she told her son to get the machine gun, the AR-15, and kill all these niggas out here. In front of the police, that's a terroristic threat. Y'all say, well, the only thing they're going to do is fingerprint her and let her go because it's a misdemeanor. When a terroristic threat becomes a misdemeanor, that's a felony. They go to evidence right there again tonight when she threatened to goddamn burn everybody up, killing them, burning everybody up. But y'all going to sit there and say, oh, no.
Well, my sister-in-law. So you got the note right here on the car. As you know, the car isn't in violation of anything. It's not blocking nobody's mailbox. It's not blocking nobody's driveway.
Okay, officer, look here.
So you got the note. She wrote this threat.
Just now.
People was coming out and they caught her doing
I know there
this.
was an issue between you guys. I don't remember when.
It wasn't me.
Now the other officers, what did they tell you guys exactly?
They told us you wasn't here. They told us pretty much that it was known that she has a mental issue, that they cannot take her to jail because of COVID, that we did not have her on video with the gun or anything. They said there was no guns in the house, so they cannot do nothing.
The neighbors who these cars belonged to told cops that she's always like this, racist and extreme. Next, the cops tried to estimate the damage done on the vehicles.
As long as he pay for my stuff, I ain't got no problem.
What do you estimate this damage is going to come to?
This top probably $900.
Okay.
Now over here, to paint the side of this car, you know they got to paint the whole side of this car. This is a new car. He's probably looking at maybe $3,000 right there. I don't know.
And I don't
Did
know.
you do anything else to the car?
I don't know because it's black. Yes.
She scratched the car right here. You can see. Daddy, you shine the light.
What you think it is to fix this up? Because they're going to have to paint, excuse me, they're going to have to paint this whole door and over here. You're probably looking at about $2,000. I don't know.
What, did something happen to this car too?
Yeah, this is what happened. You have the scratches here. They said this was done last night. He estimated this is going to be about $3,000. I can't honestly say it'll be that, but I'm sure it's going to be about $500. And then he just showed me this, the top of his Corvette, where it's going to be cracked. So, all in all, you have this damage here, which another crack.
Is there any video of this? Like, how do we know when this happened? That's my thing.
Yeah, he says it all happened like last night, and this stuff here happened just now. She came out.
We caught her out here doing this.
Yeah, they saw that, so I'm thinking 10-13. She's gonna have to get some treatment. She's gonna continue to do this the way she was up there. And we don't know what's in the home right now.
I mean, I didn't see how she was. You know better than me.
Yeah, she's unstable. She needs some treatment.
Oh, there go her fingerprints, all that right on the car. And look right here. And then she got this letter right here, this note right here, on here. And y'all still sitting there and say, oh, we're not going to do anything to her. But if it's the other way around, y'all, guess what? If there was a black person in there, y'all would have had about 20 cars here, and y'all would have kicked in the door and went in and drug her out and took her to jail and let the courts decide whether she got mental issues or not.
Unfortunately, what the man was saying is true. There are so many cases of police brutality against black people that it's hard to count. At this point, the cops enter the house with the husband to confront his racist wife.
Where your wife is at in the house?
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm Officer Thomas with Savannah Police Department.
Good evening. Did you come to meet with me?
Yes, ma'am. Unfortunately, can you go ahead and place your hands behind your back, ma'am?
Why?
You're under arrest for criminal damage to property in the second degree.
What property did I damage in my property,
Vehicles,
sir?
Ma'am, please don't resist
No,
us.
respect.
We're going to explain everything to
What property did I damage, Daniel?
Just go ahead and put your other hand.
Well, what property did I damage?
We'll let you know. Just put your other hand.
No, what did I?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
In the note you put on the car, everything that adds up to criminal damage in the property in the second.
I'm the owner of the house.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I'm waiting for the police because I just called the police.
Okay, we are the police you called.
No, you are the guy that.
And I'm not going to hurt you. I'm going to ask you to place your hands behind your back, okay?
There, you're supposed to arrest them, not me, Daniel. Daniel, talk to me. What property did I? Daniel, talk to me. They can't park in front of my home I own.
But you can't go out there and scratch the vehicle up, ma'am. They observed you doing it.
What vehicle did I scratch? That vehicle is not scratched. Since when they can come and park in front of my house? That's a life-threatening threat.
Lower your voice.
Sir, to tell me, get the f*** inside, that's a threat.
There was no threat made to you. Lower your voice.
Daniel, tell them that I didn't do anything. They can park in front of my house and threaten Errol.
Calm down. No one's threatening Errol.
They can't park. You're not here telling me that it's not they can't park.
They can park anywhere. It's a public street.
Not in front of my house I own. How can that be a public street?
It's a public street.
Why aren't you just telling me it's a public street the home I bought?
You can see the look of horror on the woman's face when she was getting arrested by a black police officer. In her mind, she expected white police officers to arrive and arrest the crowd outside.
This home I bought, they can't park from that space to that space and
threatening us.
47
When is the car scratched? The car is scratched nowhere. Who touched the car?
I don't know.
Well, then say that. Which car, sir, did we scratch? We scratched no vehicle. You look at me.
Let's go this way, man. Hold on, man. Gotta get you in there the right way. Okay.
You're making a
turn to
mistake,
your left.
sir. That car is not touched anywhere.
It's damaged.
That
And
vehicle?
they observed you scratching it, ma'am.
No. It's
Watch your head,
no
watch
one.
your
They
head.
scratched it themselves.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything loaded in, and then I'll get CR cars drawn up. The charge, because the damage exceeds $500, and you have witnesses who observe her do it. That's why the charge is criminal damage in the property in the second degree.
Without the wife there, I think the husband and neighbors would be at each other's cookouts. Once in the patrol car, we get a closer look at how delusional she is.
They came in
On the
my
sidewalk.
driveway. That's why I knocked them away yesterday. Kicked them away from my driveway, and they came again tonight.
People parking on the drive right here on the roadway, that's not illegal.
It's illegal to come inside my driveway, right?
They didn't come inside the
Yes,
driveway.
they did. Yeah, last night and the night before.
No, because it's not illegal. Just how I'm parked here,
It
in
is
their
illegal
house,
to come
it's
inside my
not parked. Nobody was in your driveway. Ma'am, I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
How can you say no one is here? When they were here in the driveway last night and the night before. 5 vehicles, sir. 5 vehicles. You have to take my report. I need you to write what I called you for. Please. Officer, please write what I called you for.
No, because it's not illegal to park
It's
on the
illegal
roadway.
to park in my driveway. They parked last night and the night before.
Nobody parks in your driveway.
Were you here last night?
At this point, we get to witness her acting skills firsthand.
Please tell my husband to get me 1 bottle of water and Benadryl because of asthma, please. I can't breathe.
Why didn't you take them before?
I can't breathe right now.
What do you mean you can't breathe?
I can't breathe right now. Please tell him.
You're breathing right now, right?
I can't breathe right
no,
now.
you're breathing. That's okay. You'll be fine.
1 bottle of water and Benadryl,
You're
please.
fine.
Are you gonna write my report?
No, ma'am, because that's not a crime.
Do you need to go to the hospital?
Yes, I got pushed and punched in front of my house. I am traumatized. My son is crying at home because 20 black people came and attacked me in front of my house, sir.
Also have to go by the fact that she has an injury on her head.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So at some point she had to have been struck her head.
Yes, thank you. And this is what I told the officers. That's why I called 911, and they disrespectfully ignored everything I said. Please let me finish,
but
sir.
when I got on scene, she was nowhere to be found.
This
She was
is
inside the
racial.
home.
They hit me, they pushed me, and I can't breathe.
I have to take the precaution.
Still have to take it.
Yeah.
Sir,
All right, let's go. We're going to the hospital.
hold on, sir.
He doesn't care. Let's go.
If she was attacked in that way, her husband would have already said something to the officers. This was just another story she made up on her ride to jail. She kept babbling racist remarks about her neighbors to the nurse who was just trying to examine her.
And the woman was screaming, who the is asking me? Is asking me type of English. She's a gypsy. This is not America I live in, or I'm used to living. And I told them this is worse than racial. Whoever you people are, to me, you're Muslim terrorists. Because if you were black or Asian or Spanish, you would understand that this is not your home for you to park in front of my house. To get in the driveway and then park there and tell me get the hoop. And then the guy said, you know what, I'm just gonna kill your husband too. I said, are you sick? And I pushed the door, and then my husband came downstairs. He's United States Army for 30 years serving Army. He's retired now. And he couldn't believe his eyes or ears what he's hearing. And that's what I'm trying to tell this officer, and he doesn't care. In simple English, does not care. I've been assaulted tonight, and he, as an officer, doesn't care to take my report. and I can't breathe. I got assaulted.
Well, that could be, okay, the reaction from the adrenaline. Okay, that could be.
No, reaction from head injuries.
But not traumatic brain injury.
Yes, it is very traumatic.
All right, love.
A big black man hitting me, it is traumatic. And it is racial.
And it's gonna be very scary.
It is non-American.
I don't know about that, but okay, I hear you.
She was playing bingo and trying to offend all races and ethnicities. She was deemed medically fit. That night, she was charged with criminal damage to property and simple assault. You don't usually expect a senior citizen to be of any harm, but what this next one did was horrifying even for trained deputies.
I walked out door and into the yard right here. Blood all over his shirt and everything, his hands. Where does he live?
This guy and my wife have been having an affair for 9.5 years.
It doesn't take a lot to end a life, and these monsters were caught after they had ended the lives of their beloved. February 7th, 2021, police received an unsettling call that would leave the dispatch shocked.
911, what's your emergency?
My neighbor, he just came up through my yard, all covered in blood. I guess what he's saying is he and his wife had a big argument, and he
Okay, what's the address, sir?
It's 2356 Elka Road.
All right, and do you know where he is right now?
Yeah, he just walked into my house. He's sitting in the kitchen.
Does he have any weapons on him?
Well, I found a knife, but she took it from him.
That's all the officers needed. They rushed to the scene, weapons drawn, hoping to find a dangerous suspect. But what they found surprised them.
Best I got is a male named Bud, possibly about 80 years of age. His covered in blood. Should be in the residence with the caller. The caller's in the neighborhood. I'm not sure on the address where it occurred.
I don't think this is going to be the... Come up here. What's going on, fella? Keep your hands up where I can see him. Where's he at? Where is he at? He's in my house with my wife. He called me. He said, Nate, are you home? I said, yeah. He said, have you got a gun? I said, yeah. I said, yeah, bud, what you need? He said, I need you to shoot me. Me and Deb had it out. She left. She gone. Yeah. I said, brother Bud, I walked out to talk to him. Yeah. I walked out door and into the yard right here. Blood all over his shirt and everything. His hands. Where does he live? In the camper back there behind me.
Do you know, is he in the house right now?
Yeah. We're dealing with my wife. I mean, he's no Dave. He ain't got no weapon.
You're not gonna get hurt, okay? Can you tell us what's going on? You okay? What's going on?
I was supposed to get operated on Monday. I've been operated on for a full year. Shoulder. I tore the shoulder out before they...
You don't have anything on the side.
Where'd you get all the blood from?
My wife and me.
Where is she at?
She's down in the house. She's a good woman, but me and her, she wanted me to get operated on Monday, and I wanted to wait on it.
Okay.
I've been operated on.
Is she okay?
She's gone.
It was hard to believe that a weak old man who couldn't even walk down the stairs by himself committed such a crime. The officers rushed to check up on him.
She's gone.
Cover her, cover him. Come on. Come on, Dusty. Cover back there. Huh? Got blood on the
With no idea about his wife's whereabouts, the deputies asked the cooperative suspect himself and go off of that.
Hey, ask her where she's at.
Where's she at in the camper?
She's in the back room.
Back room? Supposed to be in the back room. How many rooms are in the camper?
Got it. The living room. There's a door that goes into the back room.
25.
Living room, then the door, then the back room?
Huh?
Which side, what side's the bedroom? On the left?
No, yeah, on the left. Look back in the back.
It's supposed to be living room, door to the left, then go to the back.
Nobody back there?
Nothing, brother.
Nothing.
Even with the suspect's help, the officers weren't able to find the body, and we'll learn in just a moment. For now, some officers tried to investigate the perimeter for any signs.
You good in there? Where she's at? She's on the back bed. She's under the blanket. He covered up the blanket.
The officers were able to find the man's wife, but they arrived a little too late. Seeing the situation, they now turned to investigate the suspect, 79-year-old Harold Seidenfaden.
Bud, you ain't got no weapons or anything else on you, do you? You need any knives or anything? Hold on, don't. Okay. Just your phone?
Yeah. No.
Well, we didn't have exact on everything, so unfortunately we had to be safe, not sorry. And by us being safe, that actually keeps you safer.
Yeah. That prosthesis goes down into the bone and it broke it out. Boom. And now, I can't. In the hospital for 2 days. Couldn't drink, had a bowel blocking. This way got around. This even split the skin. I couldn't drink or eat 14 days. And the stupid doctor say you're diabetic and your blood sugar's too low. I said I hadn't eaten anything or drank anything. Hadn't ate anything or drank anything for 14 days. So my blood sugar's low. Didn't drink it.
When was that? When did you drink bleach? This morning?
Harold's story is painful to hear. Going through all that pain and suffering really weighs down on you, but it still doesn't justify taking it out on his wife. Now they had to take the old man to jail, which in itself was a struggle.
Ma'am, don't put anything on it right now just because of the blood. No. I understand that, but there's also other things going on, okay? Yeah.
This shoulder just did break out. The prosthesis down in there.
Put these on front of you, okay? The box. Got the knife and the pants in it. And that's his phone right there next to it.
Is there any way that somebody make sure my wife gets covered up before they see something?
We're going to make sure everything's taken care of. Now you got to come up and go. We'll walk with them.
Yeah, I'll stay with you. Bud, you going to stay with me for a minute, okay?
Oh, okay.
He's going to bring the car up to you. Make it a little bit easier. You're going to have to slide. Put your other foot up there and then kind of push. Pull your left foot in.
To get even more information about the life Harold was living, the officers interviewed the 3 witnesses present on the scene.
The hell of a thing to wake up to on a Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't been long, got up, he called me. It's late. I said, yeah, you home? I said, yeah. He said, you got a gun? I said, yeah, bro, what's going on? I need you to shoot it. No, but I don't do I just like have everything to help my reach. I try to kill me out there if I can. I need somebody to do it for me. I said, but I can shoot.
Hey, y'all hadn't tried to clean up anything or anything that... What did you clean up? Yeah. Right, but what did you clean up though? I mean, in the house, not him personally, in the house.
I set him in his chair and I done everything in his chair.
Okay, so nothing else in the house? Okay. All right, that's fine.
Okay.
Just want to make sure.
And I put the paper towels in that box.
Okay, all right. Yeah, just leave everything where it is now. That way the investigators can take pictures of everything.
He had his hands like this.
Yeah, was he anywhere else in the house? How did he come in? The back door?
I live down there in the yard,
And he just came straight through here? Did he go anywhere else in the house?
No.
All right, so he just came in here, sat down, and then...
She was in the kitchen. I heard you, come here, hurry. Walk around the corner, no, God, bud.
Okay, all right. So just to make sure, came in that door, walked straight over here, sat here until we got here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told him just sit here. He said, did y'all call the police? He said, yeah.
Okay.
He said, tell them to call them, somebody do it.
All right, yeah, just don't mess with any of that. If you would, just stay out here or outside, it's fine. But that way they can go ahead and take pictures of everything, okay? Yeah, no, that's what I said. Out here or in there, that way they can get pictures of it. Yeah, well, and that's the other thing, in case there's any drops or anything, that way they can get pictures of it.
The last person the officers spoke to was Harold's boss. He also owned the property Harold and his wife Deborah were living in.
We can't really say much. The one thing I can ask you, I understand you're the property owner, you have a right to be here, but this is an active crime scene, so we do need to keep everybody out.
Yeah,
so if
can
you
I go in the house?
No, the entire property is a crime scene right now. So we're still investigating.
Well, when he called me, he said, Nate, my aunt's husband, he said, where you at? I said, I'm just getting up. I said, can you come out here? I said, what's going on? He said, Bud just called me and told me he killed his wife. And he didn't have enough nerve to kill himself for a halfway up the driveway because I treated him. I said, you better call 911. Yeah, that's right. Don't meet him up the driveway. First off, he messed up making the house. Because the other day he was talking kind of off his head, but not murder off his head.
Basically, I just stood there, but his spontaneous utterances where he couldn't take it anymore. She wanted him to have another surgery on his shoulder that he was supposed to have next week, and he didn't want to because of the pain and everything he's in. Apparently, that's his boss from the country club. Apparently, he's also got some heart issues as well that's been going on. Yeah, he couldn't take it anymore and something else. Basically, it was just one of those, he had to do it to get away from her. Pretty much what it boiled down to.
She wanted to have surgery. She wanted to go ahead and have the surgery. And he didn't want to have the surgery.
The officers then transported Harold to the hospital to address any potential injuries he had. He was deemed capable of standing trial. He was charged with first-degree possession of a weapon, and aggravated assault. Harold was sentenced to life in prison, whatever he had left. Harold's reasoning for his actions was the pain he was going through. However, the next guy ended his wife because she was cheating on him. The story starts with Kimberly Ann Mollicone, the wife of Matthew Lewis Mollicone. She was having a long-running love affair with Daniela Giannone. Matthew had known it for years and believed it was old news. But he learned of new sparks flying between the two, so he decided to pay his wife's lover a visit.
I found out about it 6.5 years ago. And I found out about it again 45 days ago. And I said to her, is it over with? And she said, yes. And I said, well, so how did the last conversation go? How'd you end it? And she didn't. I said, so you didn't end it? So it's the same as last time. You still, it's not ended. You guys didn't break up. So this guy's gonna call you in a month. And she said, you want me to break up with him? I said, that sounds about right. She goes, let's go. So we hopped in the car, went back to his house. That conversation was 15 minutes before all this.
And you said this has been going on for 9 years?
9.5 years.
9.5 years. And did they break it off at any point?
No.
How did this start? Do you have any idea?
They met at a bar somewhere on her 40th birthday. And then I found out like when she was 43. And we had a nice talk. Do you love me? Yes. Okay, come back to me. And I trusted her, and I never looked at her phone. And then 6 years later, a friend says, hey man, I think your wife's still seeing that guy. Mm-hmm. So I confronted her, and she didn't lie. She said, yeah, no, I have been. I'm sorry, you know. And I said, well, baby, I can't go on like this. I can't be, you know, your husband and you cheating.
Yeah.
So either you break it off this time, or if I hear about it again, we're getting divorced.
She was having an affair for 9.5 years. Why Matthew didn't divorce her after knowing all this baffles me. Matthew then tells the detective about a meetup plan.
Break it off. I trusted her. And then that's when we got into the conversation, I guess today. I said, so how did you break it off? Oh, you never broke it off. You haven't seen him since February. You never told him, get lost, stop contacting me, we're breaking up.
Yeah.
Thing. And she goes, no. I said, so what? You're just going to wait around for him to call again? Because he'll do that, just like he has been. And she goes, well, that makes sense. She goes, I'll break it off. And I said, all right. She goes, let's go now. I think it was 8:30 when we got there. It was light. Or just getting dark. 9 o'clock maybe.
So it was her idea to drive to his house to break it off with you?
Yeah, she wanted to prove it to me, you know. We were going to the house for her to tell him, stop calling me, I'm done with you. He's engaged too, you know. Just a show. He's cheating on his fiancée, she's cheating on me, you know. We went there for her to break. She was gonna end it. And I said, I'll go with you. Make sure it's safe there, because he's got him and the girl there.
Daniela was in his garage where he was having a barbecue that day. Matthew then tells his side of the story.
Here's the garage. There's I think a couple like cars here. And I think there's another car here, like this. And we pull up. Her and I get out of the car. As soon as I get out of the car, he comes out of the garage like this, like a police officer, right at my face. And I put my hands up. And I say, whoa, bro.
At this point, Daniela fired a warning shot at Matthew.
And she screams at him, Danny! And I said, stop with my wife.
Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here. Danny. I'll blow you. Matt. Get out of here. Danny. Stop it.
Stay away from my wife.
Stop it.
Stay away from my wife.
I don't even know what the
During the argument, Matthew pulls out his weapon, hits Daniela in his leg. He manages to run away, and Matthew goes on to chase him.
Tasha! Ah! Devin!
Daniela is shot in the leg and the knee, and he goes to the back of his house to retrieve another firearm. Matthew and Kimberly try to escape by driving off. This is when another shootout occurs.
Yeah, where's the kid? Where's the kid? Where's the kid? Get out of here!
Matthew pulled down his window and continued fighting Daniela. He fired back, and this is when Kimberly gets fatally wounded.
I ducked around to the back of this car here, and I pulled my firearm and I started shooting at him. He ran this way. I said, Kim, get in the car. We got in the car, we were backing out, and he shot my wife.
We're stomping on the gas.
When Kim was shot, she fell over to the side. He's shooting at us at this point. I hop from the passenger into the driver, turn it, and it won't go. I got it, and I'm like this, you know? And it won't go. So then finally I put it in park and I get out and I go behind the vehicle, and that's where I called you. My wife or something. And as soon as I finished wife, bam. He shot one right, whizzed by my head. Then my wife yells, Danny! Like, I could see her thinking he's gonna kill her husband. And he looked over, and that's all I needed, man. I got behind that car, I grabbed my firearm, I came over the hood, and I just started shooting. And he scurried towards the front of the house. I didn't go after him. I said, Kim, get in the car, let's go. I should have jumped in the driver's seat.
Who was in the driver's seat?
Her.
She was in the driver's seat?
Yes, she drove.
She drove you both there?
Yes, and she jumped in the driver's seat. I jumped in the passenger seat the same way we arrived.
Let's go! Now! 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 Go, go!
There were many people at Daniela's home that night, including his pregnant wife, his parents, his kids, his sister, and her kids too. This is when Daniela's sister called 911.
It's a white Grand Cherokee. My kids are here. Where are you? Sheriff Watt! Sheriff Watt! Show me your hands! On the ground, on the ground! On the ground! Face down, okay? Face down. You're taking clear.
Hey guys, nice and easy.
Sheriff Watt! Sheriff Watt! Show me your hands! On the ground, on the ground! Gotta run on the ground. Face down, okay? Face down. Getting clear.
Hold stuff on this corner. I got a revolver on the ground here.
Hold that.
Daniela's father can be seen guiding first responders about the situation on a Ring doorbell. Police now had to extract everyone and secure the crime scene.
He's in the Florida. Right now he's in the Florida. He was a shot. You need to balance for my boy. I'm his father. He's in the Florida right now. They shot in the leg. That mother don't fight it. Lock it up with this son here. You know the pest here. What? Yeah, coming over. Why aren't you coming over here? My son is in the floor.
Ma che cazzo vuoi? Daniela va a chiedere fuori, con mamma. Rido è.
You know,
my mother and father coming out now. Can I come out with my children?
Damn it, you're going to with motherfucker. I'm going to take you.
Oh, yeah.
Hands off, hands off. You don't want to know.
You need to lie. Straight forward. Left alone. Hey, come on.
You disgraziata puttana bestia. You ruining my boy.
Come straight towards me. Straight towards me. Hands up. Straight towards me. Keep walking. Come on. Wait. Yeah, put the shit out of bitch.
Okay.
You got 3 going down. Tim. Do you want it to go down some? Sure. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take him straight off the porch, guys. Hold up. All right. There are no other. Hold up. Hold up. Hold. You're rolling. Yeah. Go ahead. All right. Come up. Yeah. We're gonna have 4 points again. I'll get the radio craft. And then we can call our truck. You got 3 going down. Okay, do you want it to go down some? Sure. All right. How's that? Okay. All right, I'm going to take him straight off the porch, guys. Hold up. All right. Hold up. Hold up. I'm holding. You're old. Go ahead. All right. We're going to have 4 points. We got to take him all the way down the driveway.
This one laying down here. I think initially still in the house. So. Jimmy? Yeah. Gonna do it.
Daniela was treated for his injuries and made a full recovery. Matthew didn't know there were cameras recording the whole scene.
The cameras.
Okay, there you go. Beautiful. We got cameras. He's got cameras? Does he?
I can't tell you on that.
Well, I hope he does. You better, you'll look for those, correct?
We gather all the facts.
Okay, good.
Everybody's got a story, right, to tell?
I hope he's got cameras.
Let's be honest here for a second, Matt. Like, you're pissed.
No.
You weren't mad. Some guy's boinking your wife.
Detective, listen.
And you're not mad about it?
I've known about this for 6.5 years.
Right.
I was mad.
And now, you were told it was cut off, right?
No.
And then today you're told it's not cut off.
45 days ago I was told it's not cut off.
45 days ago.
Correct.
But then today you said the conversation took place between you guys. How you never... She never ended it. But she never ended it, right?
Right.
You're a man. I'm a man. I've been cheated on before. You can't tell me that you weren't pissed.
6.5 years ago I was.
But you're saying today you weren't mad at all.
No, not at all.
So you're just cool hand Luke, we're gonna get in the car, yep, let's drive up there and just tell him it's over.
I got your back.
In person. Yeah. That makes sense to you?
That's the truth.
That's the truth.
Yes.
That's what you're gonna settle on, is that I'm fine, I'm not upset. I'm taking my gun with my extra magazine. We're gonna drive up to the guy's house. I'm not mad at all. And he's just everything's gonna get broke off and we're all set. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
Okay. I think I don't think it's the truth. I think you were upset. I think you were mad that this wasn't cut off the way you asked for it to be cut off. And I think anybody could believe that.
Matthew was sentenced to 86 months to 15 years for voluntary manslaughter, 12 to 40 years for assault. This comes as a surprise to many, as he wasn't the one who shot his wife. Molliconi's defense attorneys tried to argue that Giannone should be charged with murder since he fired the fatal shot, while prosecutors argued Molliconi brought his wife to a dangerous situation. Daniela's actions put his kid's life in danger. And that's all for today. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. Thanks for watching.